All right, because it's a greater than, we stick an or up above. So now I need someone to rewrite this for me. Katie, go.
5x minus 4.
5x minus 4.
Is less than or equal to negative 16.
Good. Notice I wrote that in different. That's the big change. What word?
4. And then 5x minus 4 is greater than or equal to 16.
Positive. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, solving from there. Mr. Krause, take it away. Negative 16 plus 4, Elliot, is how much? Negative 12. Divide by 5. Who can do division in their head pretty easily? Anybody? What do you think that is? Anybody? Negative 2 point. It's 2/5. So isn't that 0.4? All right, I'm going to write the word or. I'm going to bring that word or down. I think this is the first time we've ever had a decimal as a possible answer. All right, solving the other one. Over here. Take it away, somebody. Elizabeth, can you?
You divide...
First, get rid of the 4.
4 from both sides.
Add it, I think is what you meant.
Add it.
Right? Yes, I'm sure that's what you meant.
Yeah, and then you get 5x is greater than or equal to 20, and then you divide by 5.
Okay. Here, it's a nice, neat answer. Now, with your hands, everybody show me. Which way do I shade? Out or in? Show me. I need to see it. This is a kinetic motion connected with intellectual thought. See, most people do this. Why do I shade out? Because it's where? It's an or statement. So shade out. So I got negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to have to put a circle between negative 3 and negative 2. Another circle at 4. Do I fill them in or do I leave them open? Fill in. And once again, like we said above, shade out. Now, my question, without flipping the page back over to the previous page, may I write this as one combined inequality, or is this my answer? Hold up your fingers. One combined inequality, or option 2, this is my answer. What do you got? One combined inequality, or this is my answer? Hopefully the option, or 3, I'm not sure. All right, this is my answer. So if you said option 2, hopefully that was the good one. When can we combine the inequalities? What kind of statement? An and statement. All right, moving on. Example 6. This is the one that we've got to deal with some things that are thrown in there. See that minus 3? How do I get rid of it? So everyone do a plus 3. Little review here. Negative 2x absolute value equals 8. Now, at this point, I want you to circle that. And by circling it there, the point would be is the absolute value is now isolated. When it's isolated, we're able to now split it, Briar, into our two pieces. Now, some people last hour said to me, hey, it's a negative, so there's no solution. Does the absolute value equal a negative? Where is the negative now? It's on the inside. That's okay. We can't have the absolute value being a negative, Anthony, on the outside, but we can have it being on the inside. So here we go. We write negative 2x equals negative 8. That's the change. Or negative 2x equals positive 8. Solving these, how do you get rid of the negative 2? Divide by negative 2. So I divided all 4 by negative 2. X equals, what's a negative over a negative? Positive. A positive, so positive 4, or a negative 4. How do you graph points? What do I do? Yeah. put negative 4 on the number line. 3, 2, 1, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just put dots. Why don't I shade? It's not asking you. It's not saying greater than or less than. It's just saying these are equal to. Now, what special way do I write my answer? Who remembers how? Jonathan.
Well, a special bracket thing.
Okay. Good practice for you. Kyle, this is something we did last week when you were gone. These brackets here. What number do I put first? Do you remember? The smaller one, the least one. So negative 4 comes first, positive 4 comes second, and then we put another bracket on the other side. Kyle, in blown up manner, it looks like this. Kind of a quarter circle, come down and make a little divot out, quarter circle in, like so. They take practice. We're not looking for this. We're not looking for that.
Wait, so it has to be like the one on the left?
I would like them to be as close to the proper form as possible. It will take practice. For me, it took, my entire high school career. So, maybe you can do it faster than me, and then you can count yourself blessed.
It just takes forever.
I know, it's called practice. Even when I do them fast, mine are messy. All right, moving down. Is the absolute value on example 7 isolated? Briar's saying no. So Briar, how do I get rid of this 3? Okay, so everyone divide both sides. Absolute value x minus 2, less than or equal to 5. Is the absolute value isolated now? Circle it. By circling it, I'm emphasizing the fact that it's isolated. Now I break it into my two parts. John, the first part becomes x minus 2. The less than becomes greater than, and the 5 becomes a negative. I didn't reference this, but does anyone realize what inequality I have here? It's a less than, so what word? And. So write and in there. X minus 2, less than 5. Solving. What to both sides, Zach? Plus 2's. So go plus 2's all the way across. Negative 3, positive 7. All right, Katie, Jonathan, and Hunter are all out of play. Who can give me the correct form? Correct form to write this as one combined inequality. Anybody? Chris, go ahead. Just keep going. Just keep going to less than or equal to 7. Here's how I do that. I just look over here. Read this part backwards over here. Negative 3 is less than or equal to x. So that's the first part. And then x is less than 7. And that's where this comes from. Where do I shade? In between. Thank you, Mason. In between. So negative 3, 2, 1, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I fill in my circles? Yes, I do. All right. So that's pretty much the sum piece of all the things we've done so far. Now our last one is just an interpretation of words translating into a graph. So I'm going to try to graph this. All the numbers that are 4 units away from 0. So here's 4. If I were going to put a red X on this, where am I going to put a red X that's less than 4 units away from 0? Does that qualify? Does that qualify? Does that qualify? So all of these, would you agree, are solutions? What about the number 4 itself? So how do I represent it on a graph? Open circle. So does that graph represent all the numbers that are less than 4 units away from 0? Mason's saying no. Why, Mason? Give me some more. Okay, I have to go to the left. So I need to put a -4 over here, and all these two. What about the -4 itself?
Well, when did he have to know?
So it's every number in between -4 and +4. How do I write that? Look down here at example 7. How did I write all the numbers in between -3 and +7? Katie?
Well, wouldn't it keep going past -4?
Well, it's less than 4 units, what? Away. Away's meaning what word? Distance? Away and distance is the same thing. So go back to page 1. Isn't this all the numbers that are 4 units away from 0? How did I write that? So how am I going to write this? The absolute value of x is what to 4? Anybody? Less than. Do I put an equal sign? No, don't need to. What if I asked you all the numbers that are more than 4 units away from 0? Now you're going to set the absolute value of x is what to 4? Is greater than. So if they're doing word analysis, it's going to look something like that. That's the shortcut. All right? Our homework is down here at the bottom, 23 to 31, 37 to 45, and then these two. Now, if you look at your answer sheets, look at page 39 and page 40 on your answer sheets. I broke your answer sheet into 2 pages there, so be aware that your answers are on 2 different pages when you're trying to look for them.